that as well. But let's start off with Jamie, man. Jamie Foxx. So the other day he was admitted into the hospital. For at the time, they pretty much said that it was, a serious medical condition. Now, a couple of days after that, information started to leak that he possibly had a stroke, though that hasn't been confirmed by anybody yet.
Right.
But that's the thing going around right now, is that Jamie had a stroke. Then Charlie Mack, he set the internet on fire as well when he, pretty much said, pray for our brother Jamie after he was initially in the hospital. So what that's leading me in my mind to say, all right, Charlie probably knows, because he's probably closer to Jamie. He knows a little bit more, but he's not going to put it out, right now. Or somebody knows that this situation is way more serious than what his family is leading on. And to me, I'm like, wow, because in Hollywood, shit gonna get out somehow, some way. But they doing a great job of not leaking his situation about what's going on with him. But how do you feel? Do you feel like it's, the family just trying to keep the privacy, or do you feel like it's way more serious than what we think it is?
I think it's a combination of both. First off, I hope he's all right. You know what I'm saying? I hope he's good. 54, 55 years old, at the prime of his career, doing this thing. He was filming a movie at the time, so hopefully he's cool. But yeah, I think we see Jamie Foxx, and he seems like he lives a very public lifestyle, but he lives a public persona. Jamie Foxx isn't even his real name, yet you got his family saying the Fox family. Like, they carry that
Right.
persona, but they keep that side very private. So it doesn't surprise me that, no, we're not getting a lot of information out. But I think we're not getting a lot of information out because it was as serious as we're kind of speculating and leading on to. But because Jamie Foxx is an entertainer, he's a showman. If everything was cool, he would have jumped on his social media.
Oh yeah.
He's very active on social media.
Yep.
Thumbs up, everything's okay. Appreciate the prayers, appreciate the love. Cool. He's not doing any of that. It's very quiet, and that raises a lot of eyebrows in people's eyes, saying, yo, what's really going on with Mr. Fox? What's going on with Jamie? So I think that something is serious. A lot of people were speculating it was a stroke. We're not going to speculate that here, but we have in our family experienced firsthand a number of strokes, and we know the symptoms, and we know the things that come from having a stroke, and a couple of those things are a loose ability of one side of your body.
Even speech sometimes.
Speech is definitely impaired. And for somebody that uses his, his body as a weapon to do what he does, a stroke could be very detrimental to all of that. So take as much time as you need. We don't need to know. Keep it as private as you need to, but I think it's serious, man. I do.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times too, I made this kind of mistake, is you kind of look at people's outer, even with Kevin Samuels, and you're like, damn, like, hey, this guy's like the best. You know what I mean? You don't think anything's gonna happen. Like you were saying, you never know the stress they're going through. You never know if they even taking care of themselves like that. Some people just got that physique no matter what.
Yeah.
Don't mean that they eating the best of foods and exercising and doing that too. So it's scary. It's scary, I think, to see, even though we don't know exactly what it was. I'm seeing people, once they get into like they kind of like 50s, 40s even, but like 60s, a lot of the ailments start to catch up with people, or bad habits start to catch up. So it's always, just alarming, and just trying to learn from other people, mishaps and mistakes. Like, all right, what can I do to make sure that this doesn't happen to me and one of my family members? So I think that's the scary part as well. And like you said, even stress.
Yeah.
Like, shit, you could be the healthiest mofo in the world, but that stress is killing you because you stress it every day. And who knows, Jamie, he's doing movies, doing this and that and this and that. He's probably running like a chicken with his head cut off.
Facts.
So you never know, man. I'm with you, man. I hope that, the best for that brother, man. Definitely.
I experienced it on a lower scale, far lower than Jamie, but to the schedule of an actor is ridiculous. And you talk about entertainment, and you talk about interviews, and he was on set shooting one movie, and I think he was in the process of doing another movie. The sleep schedule is crazy.
Yep.
The food schedule is crazy. You don't have any time to rest because you're constantly in the mind of somebody else, not your own. So It's a lot of factors that can go into that. Hopefully at the end of the day, though, he's cool, his family's cool, and he can recover in a full recovery and get back to what he does best, man.
Yeah. So let's talk about somebody who's probably not doing so good. Well, maybe. We'll see. Jonathan Majors.
Man.
Now, today, his talent manager, several sources are saying that his talent manager, Entertainment 360, has dropped Jonathan Majors. Other sources came out and said they had a mutual agreement to split, but nevertheless, I'm not sure what you could, elaborate more on with the talent manager as far. I don't know if they like get him gigs but they're splitting ways because of his recent arrest for domestic violence in New York. What's your thoughts? First of all, what is a talent manager?
Yeah,
How does this affect him?
it's a huge deal.
Damn.
It is almost everything. Now, hopefully,
Wow.
he has a mutual split and has something else put in place.
Okay.
Because if he doesn't, you figure that's the liaison to every major acting role he's ever had.
Oh, the brother's done. No.
He's extremely talented, but how many people are extremely talented out here? As I was doing my thing, a lot of the people, one of my main castmates, my brother Jamal, he was telling me, you go to certain schools in New York, you go to certain acting schools, they set you up with these agents, and you get with the top 5 agencies in the world, and you're guaranteed
Wow.
to get these particular roles and guaranteed to get in Hollywood based off the schools you go to. So there's a pipeline on success when it comes to this, and that talent agent is vital. And then you talk about his PR team. If you don't got a PR team writing these publications and getting him out here, that's a major blow, man. And I don't know if it's fair. And we're going to get deeper into it, I guess, as the more information that comes along. But should he have put his hands on the women? Absolutely not. And that's all alleged right now.
Right.
She retracted the statement. His lawyers came out with evidence proving that it wasn't exactly what they were saying. And correct me if I'm wrong, he called the cops in the situation, yet he was arrested. It seems very dirty. It stinks. You said it when we first talked about it. It stinks.
Yeah.
It doesn't smell good. And now he's starting to lose people as he was becoming the next leading man in Hollywood. And especially when it came to us, Creed 3, the Marvel movies. He just did a movie Devotion where he was a pilot. He was killing the game. You know what I'm saying? So, damn, it just sucks. He's a hell of an actor, man.
Remember we had Judge Joe Brown. Shout out to Judge Joe Brown yesterday. And he was like talking about how United States is so great and that in France you got to actually prove that you're, innocent before they let you go. Well, I think it's the same way here.
Yeah.
What happened? He didn't have a trial yet.
Nope.
He didn't go through, just process, a due process like that. It wasn't an arrest, but it was a mere allegation, a retraction of the allegation. And he's being treated as if he was already guilty, convicted of this.
Yep. So
is it really different in the U.S. than France like that? Maybe some could say in certain situations, but this is a situation right here where, like, and we always, Coolio said this on the show, like, and Judge Joe Brown agreed to it yesterday, like, once the allegation comes out, it's over for you. Most people think that that's it. Look at Tiffany Haddish. What happened to her? Even though that was something that's a little different because that's something that actually, was proven to happen. But it's like, damn.
Shave years off her career.
Oh, yeah.
I
oh, yeah. And that's something we could probably, talk about too. Tiffany Haddish, you think she's finished at this point in time?
She won't be the same.
Right.
They're talking about doing, I forgot what that movie was with her, Queen Latifah, Jada, and all them. Regina King. I forgot what the movie, Girls Trip. They were talking about doing another one of those. She's obviously going to be putting that, but how many other opportunities is she going to get? She took a huge hit from that.
Yeah.
And this is what happens, man.
Yeah.
And like you said, this is, unfortunately, no, you may not have your freedom taken away as France or other country, but he lost a military ad. He potentially lost one of the biggest roles that he's playing right now, one of the biggest bags in the Marvel movie. They were threatening taking that away from him. He's lost his premier talent agency. Hopefully he finds another one, and his main PR people to an actor, man. He lost his starting 5. This is bad.
Remember what Meek said, though? He said, they don't kill you now, they take it out of your deal. There you go.
They are.
Yeah.
I wish the best for him. He's an incredible actor. I was watching him from the ground up, and I was really liking what I was seeing from this brother. And this sucks, man. I didn't like to see it when it came out, and this is nasty, bro. I hope for the best.
Yeah. I hope it ain't the end for him, man.
Indeed. Well, I want to talk about Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
Meg Thee Stallion came out today. She did a public, she wrote a very lengthy, I guess, opening statement coming back out into the public. She wrote it on Ellie. It's very long. She went all the way in about the situation that happened between her and Tory Lanez. She doesn't want to be considered a victim.
Right.
She mentioned that. She said that it really just bothered her how she never fathomed that she would be looked at as a liar in this situation. She said that she wished that it would have went different, but because Tory Lanez went public with the situation, it had to go public, and it went where it went. She said that she was very hurt that she had to go through this situation without her mother and her grandmother. I mean, that she had to deal with the situation alone. I'm just pointing out tidbits. She wrote a very long thing. Read it in its entirety because she talked about much more. And then she said that she when the guilty verdict was passed down December 2022, it was not only a victory for her, but a victory for all victims of
Woo!
violence and
Damn.
crime against women and things like that.
Ow.
I don't know if you read it. I don't know how deep you read into it.
I ain't read that.
But
I do get the gist of it though.
yeah. What's your thoughts on the whole situation now that we sit months after it?
You know, man, it's opposite of what I thought about it the whole time. You know, meaning that, you know, with the whole situation, it never should have happened like that. Like, and then it appears like now that Tory did it, that to me it was some sucker shit. But I think, in my opinion, and these two things don't have anything to do, you know, necessarily. That whole situation that she had with Carl Crawford, you know, the Jay-Z thing, would it appear like, and we don't all know for sure because we haven't seen the contracts and stuff, that she kind of just shitting on him to move over to Rock Nation and whatnot. I think that kind of like put a sour taste in a lot of people's mouth on what her character was like.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of trickled over into that. People think she was like a liar. And a lot of the things that, you know, early on looked like she was lying because, and that's the thing with the media that's not fair. Like, the information is going to be coming out, and you could be in a case, but you really can't say shit, even though it's dead wrong. You gotta let the courts decide. Because court, from all of us on the outside, we thought Tory was gonna walk.
Yep.
That's what we was thinking, but hell no, his ass got convicted. He's sitting in limbo right now with an appeal and all that. So a side of me thinks that, you know, she kind of grew up too quick, and I kind of feel bad for her a little bit as far as like, you know, losing her parents and stuff like that. And I think she grew up too quick, had a talent, and got thrust in a situation way bigger than what she ever thought it was going, you know, to be. And I really think she's really a scared, even though she's a grown woman, a scared little girl right now with a lot of pressure, you know, on her life. But that's just how I feel about it, man. I can't, you know, go away from it. I'm mad that the whole situation had to happen to her. I'm even mad that even, we got to see Tory go to prison over it. But if he decide to do what he did and shoot somebody, I mean, the law is the law. Who are we to say anything against that?
Man, that's why you could tell we family, man. Because I know a lot of people want us to disagree a lot of times, but you damn near just took the words out of my mouth, especially the last part you said. When you look at the situation and you look at how it was handled, it was very immature. It was very ugly on both sides, and we talked about that ad nauseum here. No matter who was guilty, who was innocent, it don't look good for either of them.
Right.
And I'm glad that Megan took time to get away from all of this shit, to kind of just get her head right, let things settle, because she was a very young woman, living a very fast life, exploiting her body, exploiting herself, not having any real guidance. The people that were very solid in her life passed away, and she was out here just living.
Right.
You know what I mean? She feels like she got jerked in the 1501 entertainment deal. She goes over to the biggest music entity there is, Rock Nation. You know what I mean? She's in Hollywood doing her thing, living life, and then at the snap of a finger, her life changes. And all of a sudden now she's thrusted into this situation where the opposite side of this fame starts coming out. People don't like her, and she's hooked up and connected to these phones, as many of the young people are. And she's reading everything and absorbing everything and feeling everything. It's probably, you know what I mean, slowly killing her at a very young age. So I sympathize and empathize for that. I really do. It's unfortunate what happened. I still don't think we know the complete truth of the situation. Right. I still don't think, or I don't assume we'll ever know what happened in that vehicle. I think the young lady that was in there takes a lot more responsibility than she's given. I think Tory may take a lot more responsibility than he's even given off. And Meg, she takes a lot more responsibility. I think everybody's wrong in their own right in that situation. And somebody got shot. Megan got shot. So at the end of the day, somebody needs to deserve to take that. And Tory took it. It is what it is at this point. One thing I don't agree with her, though, is this. When she said that day was a victory for all women. That's where it starts getting, all right, now you're getting agenda-ish to me. Now you're getting like, all right, what the fuck? Because that wasn't a victory for that woman that's unfortunately getting abused by her man right now. That wasn't a victory for the woman that lost in court because her man was impeached. That's not a victory for them. That was a victory for you.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you only. So the agenda part kind of missed me with that. But as I was reading it, like I said, it's a lot longer and a lot more depth in that one little piece. You could feel for her. It's like, damn.
Yeah, you know definitely. I mean? And this whole industry, man, you got to grow up fast. And she probably even regret that she even. I bet certain parts of her probably regret. Not that she made it, but like the whole what comes with this whole superstardom thing. I think a part of like, man, I wish I would just stay. You know what I mean? Just that girl from Houston trying to make it
Word.
and whatnot. Because now it's a whole shitstorm. But hey, look, I think she'll grow from this. I don't know how long she's gonna keep doing the booty music, the booty shaking music. You know what I mean? At some point you gotta evolve. But shit, Nicki damn near 40. Still shaking her ass with young ass Ice Spice and
We're
shit.
gonna talk about that.
Yeah, let's go into it now, man. I even seen this chick. What's her name from Memphis? Dang,
Gorilla.
Yeah, she over there like shaking her no ass. I'm like, yo, like, I'm not trying to be a hater on the young people, right? I get it, but that's all this shit is now. It's like more smut music, more popping the pussy smut music. That's all that's coming. That's all that's being promoted now. It's like, man, like, and you can say all you want. Oh, you can censorship on this and that, but these kids are seeing that shit.
Yeah,
they seeing it, man.
Early.
They emulating it. Yeah,
early.
Yep.